Hello, my name is Edward, and I will be working with Ashley and David, and we're going to be presenting Breaking the Barrier, a physical activity intervention for college students.
Getting into the background, college students go through lots of academic, social, and developmental transitions which can affect their physical and mental health. Research shows that college students go through high levels of stress related to education, time management, financial pressures, and social expectations. Studies have found approximately 60 to 70% of college students experience moderate to high stress during a typical semester with academic workload as a primary contributor. Additionally, a review of the local college community shares similar trends to national data, with students expressing difficulty balancing between academic responsibilities, social life, and personal well-being. Informal data and survey display many students feel overwhelmed by academics and reported limited time for self-care, such as exercising, eating healthy, and stress management. Overall, these findings suggest a clear need for interventions that promote mental well-being, time management skills, and healthy lifestyle behaviors tailored specifically to the college population. Programs that are accessible, culturally relevant, and integrated into students' daily schedules may be the most effective in addressing these gaps and improving overall quality of life. Okay, diving into the framework that guides our program, Social Cognitive Theory, or SCT. This theory is all about how behavior is influenced by a combination of personal, environmental, and social factors. So in other words, what we do isn't just based on our own thoughts or feelings, but also the people around us and the environment we're in. There are a few key concepts in SCT that really apply to how we approach physical activity, like self-efficacy, which is basically believing in your ability to succeed. Then there's observational learning, where you learn by watching others. Self-regulation, which is all about setting and sticking to goals, and goal setting itself, which help us track progress and stay motivated. When we design this program, we make sure it aligns with the SCT principles. For example, we build in gradual activity progression to boost self-efficacy. As students experience success in small steps, their confidence grows. We also emphasize peer-led groups and tracking progress to make the social aspect more engaging, which really taps into observational learning and social support. On top of that, we focus on routine building, helping students make physical activity a regular part of their day, and providing consistent confidence building opportunities to keep them motivated. Social cognitive theory also plays a big role in how we measure success. It's not just about getting students to start exercising, but helping them stick with it over time by creating a supportive environment, setting achievable goals, and making sure they see their progress. So for our goal is to increase overall physical activity levels and improve the health and well-being of college students by providing a structured, supportive, and progressive 6-month activity program. Now, let's talk about what we are hoping to achieve through this program. We've set a few key objectives that will help us track how well we are doing. First, we want to increase physical activity participation. Our goal is to at least have 70% of students actively participating by the end of the program, meaning they are engaged in moderate physical activity at least 3 days a week. That's a solid benchmark for building consistency and making exercise a regular part of their routine. Second, we are focused on improving self-efficacy for exercise. Basically, we want students to feel more confident in their ability to exercise regularly. If they feel like they can do it, they are more likely to keep doing it. So we'll be tracking how students' confidence levels improve throughout the program. Finally, we want students to enhance routine and habit formation. This means by the end of the program, participants should be able to create and maintain personalized weekly activity routines that work for their individual schedules. It's not just about getting them to exercise now, but setting them up for the long-term success with a routine they can stick to. Our program is specifically designed for college students ages 18 to 26. We are including both men and women from all races and backgrounds because we know that health and wellness impacts everyone, no matter who you are. That said, there are a few special needs and issues that we want to keep in mind as we move forward. Mental health is a big one. Many college students face increased risk of anxiety, depression, and stress due to academic pressures, social challenges, and transitions to adulthood. So we want to create an environment that not only encourages physical activity, but also helps boost mental well-being. Physical activity barriers are also something we have to address. Many students struggle to find the time or motivation to exercise regularly, especially when they are juggling classes, jobs, and social lives. So we are focusing on making the program something that fits into their busy schedules while helping them stay motivated to stick with it. There are also diverse needs to consider. Students will come in varying fitness levels, so we want to make sure the program is accessible and adaptable. Some students might have physical limitations, while others may have cultural considerations that shape their approach to fitness. We will provide options for everyone. And finally, social support plays a huge role in success. Peer influence is powerful, so incorporating group activities is key to improving engagement and making sure students stay committed by working together and supporting each other. Students will more likely stick with the program and see real results.
So for our funding and budget, we estimated that the program would cost around $120,000 to $150,000 per year. That includes things like student staff, instructors, participant incentives, educational materials, equipment, marketing, facility usage, any program apps we use, and our evaluation tools. For funding sources, we're looking at several options. First, the American College Health Association offers campus wellness mini grants in the $2,500 to $5,000 range. They also support some larger wellness or mental health projects that can receive $10,000 to $15,000 or more when matching funds are included. We can also pursue grants through the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Some CDC competitive opportunities offer up to around $200,000 for physical activity-related initiatives. And finally, we can supplement funding through on-campus options like fundraising events and partnerships with campus recreation. Together, these sources can help offset costs and make the program sustainable long-term. Next is our intervention strategy. This is a 6-month program designed to reduce sedentary time and increase physical activity for college students who have busy schedules and barriers to being active. The program combines group activities, peer-led support, flexible scheduling, and educational workshops. The goal is to help students build long-term, sustainable habits and smoothly integrate movement into their daily routine. To measure our program success, we're using a mix of self-report tools, objective tools, and engagement measures. The self-report tools include pre- and post-program surveys on physical activity levels, stress, confidence, and barriers, as well as weekly attendance logs and app check-ins. Objective measures include step tracking through students' phones and short fitness assessments. And our engagement measures look at participation rate, retention over the 6-month period, and satisfaction surveys. Now, looking at our specific activities, informational activities include workshops on exercise and its benefits for stress, sleep, mental health, and academic performance, and short videos and social media content designed for students. Behavioral activities include weekly group activity sessions like HIIT, yoga dance, or outdoor walks, and sessions that help students explore what type of activities fit their schedule. Social components include peer-led workout groups, dorm-based challenges, and weekend events like hikes or fitness socials. On the innovation side, we're making the program flexible and engaging by offering both in-person and virtual workouts, app-based reminders and self-monitoring, progress tracking with badges, streaks, and leaderboards. For our studying, activities will take place at university recreation centers, in residence halls, and in campus green spaces. There are a lot of strengths of these settings, such as they reduce transportation barriers, students are already familiar with these spaces, and the facilities have everything we need like fitness rooms, multi-purpose spaces, and outdoor fields. But there are some limitations. Peak times like afternoons and evenings can be really crowded. Students' class schedules and inconsistent routines can make it hard to attend regularly, and reserving space can reduce flexibility for some activities. Here is our 6-month timeline. In the first month, there will be orientation, baseline surveys, intro workshops, and light activities. Students will also set their personalized physical activity goals. In the second month, there will be more activity variety like yoga, dance, strength training, and outdoor walks. There will also be workshops on stress and exercise, and peer leader training will begin. In the third month, moderate intensity sessions start, peer-led groups meet weekly, and students will focus on building a routine. In the fourth month, consistency becomes the focus with structured workout plans and group events, and there will also be a mid-program check-in for feedback. In the fifth month, new activity options are added based on the students' feedback. There will also be an engagement phase where students set new goals to support each other. In the last month, there will be a final event like a campus walk or run. There will also be a post-program assessment and satisfaction surveys, and certificates or prizes will be handed out for participation milestones. In this next slide, we have unexpected consequences. Basically, the challenges that college students might still face even with a structured program. Even with planning, things like busy schedules, low motivation during stressful weeks, or limited access to certain campus spaces can still get in the way. Because of that, our program includes backup strategies to help students stay on track. The first barrier is busy or unpredictable schedules. Our strategy is to offer flexible session times and virtual options. The solution is that students can choose times that work best for them, or they can follow recorded sessions if they can't attend in person. The second barrier is stress, burnout, or low motivation. To address this, our strategy is to keep all activities fun, social, and low pressure. The solution is using peer support, giving students space to take breaks, and offering no judgment workouts, which helps them stay engaged even when they're feeling overwhelmed. The third barrier is limited resources or limited access to equipment. Here, our strategy is to make sure we include low-cost or no-equipment workouts. The solution is encouraging campus-friendly activities like walking routes, outdoor circuits, or simple bodyweight sessions that students can do anywhere.
So for the implementation part of our program, we try to think realistically about how students actually hear about things on campus. Most of us don't read long emails, so we focus more on where students already are. For marketing, we use Rec Center social media pages, Instagram stories, and newsletters that pop up in people's inboxes. We also added flyers in high traffic areas like dorms, dining halls, and big classroom buildings. And one thing we added were short announcements in freshman seminars and kinesiology classes, because those usually catch students who are either new to campus or already interested in health-related stuff. For recruitment, we targeted students who get less than 150 minutes of activity a week, which is honestly a huge percentage of the student population. Signing up is really simple. It's just a quick online form with a baseline fitness assessment. And to get people actually interested, we included small incentives like Rec Center guest passes, raffle entries, and some basic merch, just enough to pull some attention. We also worked with a community partner, Coach Ramirez. He's the assistant director of the All Out Fitness programs. Talking to him was helpful because he sees firsthand why students stop showing up. The main reasons he mentioned were lack of time, not feeling confident using equipment, and academic stress. He said programs that have guided sessions and beginner-friendly instructions usually get better attendance, which lined up pretty well with what we're planning already. We also interviewed one student from our target population, a 20-year-old sophomore who lives on campus. Their main barriers were not knowing what workouts to do, feeling mentally drained after studying, and just not having any structure. They said they joined a program that's beginner-friendly, time-efficient, and that has some accountability, like having a partner or group. That comment honestly shaped a lot of our design because it confirms students don't just need access, they need direction. To make sure the program actually works, we broke the evaluation into 3 parts. For the process, we track attendance at each group session and workshop, and we check weekly activity log submissions through an app or Google Forms. We also ask for quick feedback after sessions to see what was confusing or what people want more of. The impact evaluation is more about change. We do a pre and post surveys to compare motivation, confidence, stress levels, and perceived barriers. We also look at changes in weekly physical activity minutes and improvements in time management and stress management scores. And then for the outcome, we're looking at the bigger picture. So things like, did students keep up their physical activity habits on their own after finishing the program? Did their overall wellness improve, like better mood, more energy, and less academic stress? This helps us see if the program stuck with them beyond just the 6 months. Based on the program, we also looked at what it means going forward in terms of policy, research, and practice. For policy, campuses could really benefit from more funding for wellness programs, especially beginner-friendly ones. Even simple things like adding movement breaks into long classes or increasing access to equipment can make a big difference. For research, there's still a lot to look into, like how virtual support compares to an in-person support, or how stress and academic workloads affect students' activity levels. And a big one is whether habits actually last after the program ends. And for practice, it's basically about making things as accessible and low pressure as possible. So offering guided sessions, accountability groups, flexible scheduling, and something in the program that isn't working, adjusting things based on student feedback instead of sticking it to a rigid plan.
Here are the sources we use to guide our intervention design, and thank you for watching our presentation.